Today is February 2nd, 2021, Tuesday, 1:07 p.m. This is English Advanced B. And for today, as usual, we are going to start with news. We have Carla for news today. I already received her news. Actually, she sent me two news. One about Goodwin's Marine Services, new technology to eliminate COVID. I think enough COVID. I'm sick and tired of COVID. Let's avoid that news. This one is more interesting, I think. Uh, Eco Marine Power Research Institute. This is about new technology and environmentally friendly. So I prefer this news. This on one hand. On the other hand, we are going to finish the unit number 10 today. Yes, remember that we're a little behind. We should have finished this already. But anyway, if it takes more time, it doesn't matter. The important is to to understand it and to apply it. Because you can understand something, but if you don't apply it, it's useless. Um, we were seeing how to speak about the past, events in the past. Now we are going to talk about the future, but in a way as to predict. We'll see that. What else? What else do we have for today? Okay, hey guys, by the way, don't forget to the attendance. Look, even me, inclusive yo, tengo que firmar asistencia. Miren, aquí, firmo mi asistencia aquí. O no firmo, me descuentan. Así mismo, donde usted no firme, no le da la matemática y no pasa. Ojo. Another thing for tomorrow, remember we have the test, oral test, interview. Teacher, but what are the subjects? What are you going to ask? Anything I could ask from units 9 and 10. Anything. Miren, aquí tengo que firmar mi asistencia. Well, let's start with the news. I haven't checked this. I'm gonna check next week. Every Monday, I'm gonna check this. The discoveries. Right now, I don't want to check. I don't think you have made too much progress. Okay, where were we? Here. Okay, Miss Vergara. Se trabó esto aquí. I have to download this. Send the links. It's not necessary to send a PDF. I prefer a link. And this is why. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. All right, Miss Vergara. You're gonna read the headline, the first paragraph, the second paragraph, and a little bit of, in this paragraph too. And another student is going to read this part. Yeah, why not? Remember, the idea of this activity is to improve pronunciation and enrich vocabulary. Okay, please start.
Partners create advisor group for Eco Marine Power Research Institute. A number of shipping, maritime, and technology professionals from several innovation
Focus.
focused company have agreed to join the Eco Marine Power Research Institute Advisor Group. A Japan-based technology company, Eco Marine Power, said, as informed, the group will focus on the exchange for ideas and solutions related to energy transition and shipping. It will also help guide further research into topics ranging from zero emission ships to
Innovative.
innovative energy saving device and
Devices.
strategies,
Devices.
devices and strategies.
Strategies. Strategies. Okay, read this part. This other paragraph.
The Aquarius EcoShip and Marine Power Research Institute project, courtesy of EMP. In addition to EMP, the founding members of the group are the ADNOC Logistic and Service, Seaborne Ship Management PTA, Singapore Starboard, the Furukawa Battery Company, and Teramoto Iron Works. Other members company from inside and outside shipping will also be sold and during the year. It, it is planned to expand the size of the group so that a broad range of views and ideas can be considered according to EMP.
Okay, stop there. Thank you. Tell me, what is this news about? Is it relevant? Why? Tell us. Carla, can you hear me? Carla.
Yes, teacher. Can you repeat, please?
What is this news about? What is this news about? Why do you consider it relevant? In your own words.
For me, that the
Carla, remember that you have to say in your own words, what is this? Imagine that somebody doesn't want to read this and tells you, hey, what is this news about? Can you tell me? What is this ship? Is this news about a new type of ship? Is this news about solar energy? You have to tell me. This is part of the activity.
sí, profe, disculpe, es que tuve un problemita, por eso no puede contestar. Well, for me, this new is about the companies and is trying to eliminate emission.
And how does this ship eliminate emissions? What type of engine utilizes?
I don't know, teacher.
You don't know why. That is part of the activity. To do a little research. Because the first thing you see here is this ship. This is a model, una maqueta. This is a model, right? This is it's not real. Is this ship for real? Is this real? Is this actually in the water? You have to do more research. I'm going to
I
ask
think that no,
questions.
teacher.
All right, but do more research. I'm going to ask questions for the next students. Try to understand this. Try to give me more info or say this same information in other words.
Teacher,
Yeah.
this type of ships will come to the future
Uh-huh.
because are only electrical.
Okay, they are electrical. Okay, and what type of energy do they use? Do they use the wind? Do they use gas? Do they use solar panels? Apparently, these are solar panels.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Vamos a pasar ya a la unidad. Let's go to the unit. And by the way, let me do something. Let me get the audio. Today we're working with audio. Señor, ahí está. Okay, where is that? Okay, As one of the activities for today, I want to start. Remember, this is the next video. I'm going to give the instructions on the platform. But here is a discussion. Remember the vocabulary from yesterday. We have achievements, assassinations, discoveries, elections, epidemics, natural disaster, revolution, and terrorist acts. Now here says, choose 2 or 3 historic events. You're gonna choose 2, okay? Think of 2, can be 1 election, 1 epidemic, 1 terrorist act, 1 discovery that has had an impact in our country or on our country. Oops. Can you listen? Can you listen to the audio? ¿Ustedes pueden escuchar el audio? ¿Ustedes pueden escuchar el audio? No.
No, teacher.
No. Es que no sé cómo ponerlo. Para que se escuche directo y no tenga que ser con la computadora. Con el audio de la televisión, más bien. Bueno, the idea, as I was saying, think, for an example, an epidemic, the current... Ay, ahora, ¿por qué no sale esto aquí? Meeting, devices...
Profe, lo que pone para compartir pantalla, ahí sale abajito incluir audio del equipo.
Sí. Oye, usted sabe bastante. Vamos a ver. Desktop, window, whiteboard. No, no sale.
Arriba de todas las pantallas, profe, que ahí le salen varias ventanas para compartir. Arriba de todo eso está para compartir el audio.
Usted puede ver lo que yo tengo, lo que estoy viendo yo ahí.
No, profe.
Ah, bueno.
Pero ya le mando una foto.
Ok, le agradecería. Si no, ya sería para la próxima. Anyway, we are going to start with this discussion. And please, I need everybody's participation. I'm evaluating participation. So, for an example, an epidemic. Aquí mando la foto, a ver. Aquí dice incluir sonido del equipo. Pero a mí no me salió eso. Okay, vayan pensando en 1 o 2. Vayan pensando en 1 o 2.
Que no me van a dar comida, me voy, me van a preparar un me voy.
Wow. No, sí, mire, aquí usted me mandó la foto y en la foto que usted me enseña sale ahí compartir el audio. Pero acá no me da esa opción. Me sale desktop, me sale window, me sale whiteboard, me sale PowerPoint.
¿No le sale alguna barrita por el lado como para subir o bajar para que le salga eso?
Bueno. Anyways. Okay, what happened and when did it happen? Well, let's talk about the epidemic. The epidemic is actually happening now. Yes, it's happening now. When did it happen? When it started? It started in December 2019. Actually, it started that date. What was the immediate effect on your country? Well, it wasn't immediate, but we were in lockdown, quarantine. My family was everybody in their houses. Did it change things permanently? Yes. Everybody's wearing masks. Everybody is using disinfectants. Crowds are controlled. Well, anyway. So you see, so each of you is going to give me at least one historic event. Natural disaster. Well, there was this earthquake in 1993. Try to remember one historic event. Use Google if you want. Barack Obama, yes, Barack Obama became president, the first African American president in the history of the United States. So that could be an achievement too, right? So think assassination, discovery. When we discover
Teacher,
where. Okay, start, yes.
are you sharing?
The image? Oh no. Sorry. I think now, yes. Okay, so remember these questions. What happened? When did it happen? What was the immediate effect in the country, in the world, in your family? What changed? What's different? Okay, one of these, one historic event. Somebody. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Christopher, please speak about one historic event.
Yes, teacher.
Speak about one historic event. Answering these questions.
Uh,
Any historic event.
Sorry, teacher. What is the
Teacher,
question?
any
Anybody.
Teacher, when Panama
year,
went to the World Cup,
When Panama went to the World Cup. What is that? What type of historic event is that?
achievement, teacher.
achievement teacher,
Yeah. And what happened? When did it happen? Panama went to the World Cup. When did it happen? When? Come on, when? ¿Qué le pasó? What was the immediate effect?
Teacher,
Ajá.
sorry. Papa Francisco visit to Panama. So,
When Pope Francis visited Panama. Okay, when? You have to answer these questions. When did it happen? And what type of historic event was? Was it an achievement? Something like an achievement, I would say, but not exactly.
I don't understand. Your question, teacher.
Okay, the Pope Francis visit. What type of historic event was? Was it an achievement? Let's say, I think achievement is the one that suits better. Now, when did it happen? When? ¿Cuándo vino el Papa Francisco aquí? When did it happen? Muchachos, no estamos
2018.
fluyendo.
19.
Estas actividades de conversación tienen que fluir, guys. Si la conversación no fluye, esto no es una conversación, imagínense. Entonces, desde la clase 1 yo dije, la conversación es clave. Conversación es mandar un mensaje, recibir y mandar mensaje. Y ahorita se está mandando mensaje y no se recibe a tiempo y no hay conversación. Así que por favor, más activos. Porque yo puedo creer que a uno se le corta, pero no puedo creer que a 3 estudiantes se le cortó la conversación seguido. Ya ahí ya yo no creo. Entonces vamos a tratar de fluir. Let's try to flow. To sound fluent. So what was, let's say Pope Francis. Okay, you mentioned Pope Francis. We have mentioned Panama going to the World Cup and Pope Francis. Okay, great historic events in our country, great. Now, when did it happen? The World Cup, I think it was 2018, and the Pope was in 2018 too, right? I don't remember. What was the immediate effect of the Pope visit? Papa Francisco, Pope Francis, Pope. What was the immediate effect on our country?
And teacher, many people from all over the world came to Panama.
Very good. That was an immediate effect because you could see people coming before, right? Even before the Pope came. What was the effect in your family? Did Pope Francis' visit had an effect on your family? Somebody, any other effect? I remember that there was more police, more order at the streets. The city used to look nicer. There were no beggars at the street.
Teacher, emotion in Christian families.
A lot of emotions in Christian families, very good. Do you think the Pope visit changed things permanently? Do you think the visit changed things here in Panama? The Pope visit? No, right? And what about
Tourism. ¿Cómo digo turismo?
tourism?
Tourism.
Improve the tourism, mejoró el turismo, improve tourism.
Yes.
All right, probably. And what about the World Cup? What was the immediate effect on our country with the World Cup?
Same, teacher, emotion in our country.
But say
time
something different.
in Panama go a World Cup.
The first time that Panama goes to a World Cup.
Yes.
Okay, but the effect, what did people do immediately?
Teacher,
Teacher,
when
Uh-huh,
Panama went to
Barra,
the
barra.
World Cup, Al
uh-huh.
Qaeda revolutionized the country.
It was a revolution when
Yes,
Panama
teacher.
went to the World Cup. Okay. It was kind of a revolution. Yeah, why not? Yeah, because what is a revolution? Let's see the the etymology of the word. What is evolution? Something that takes time and evolves, right? That is an evolution. But a revolution is when something doesn't evolve; it just suddenly changed drastically. It was that re-evolves, a revolution, something that happened just like that. It's a revolution. So yeah, probably. But I think also the result of an evolution of soccer, of improving the soccer level in the country.
Teacher, they
Yeah,
even gave a day off from work.
yeah. The president gave out a day off.
Yeah.
That was an immediate effect. Good. What other things? Some students say caravana, a parade in Calle 50, right? Everybody went to Calle 50. Everybody started drinking in the street, right?
Yes, teacher.
Everybody started
All
partying,
night was a party.
all night partying. Nobody worked the next day. In the world, what was the effect on the world about Panama going to the to the World Cup? What was the effect on the world? How was the world? Were they okay about it? Were they impressed? Were they excited about us?
All the Panameños were happy.
Teacher, the people
Yes.
from the other country
Uh-huh.
should surprise to see the join of the Panamanian in Russia.
Yes. People around the world were surprised to see Panamanians in Russia. Yeah, in Spanish we say Rusia, in English is Russia. Very good, very good. Ya ven que cuando yo les hablo de fútbol o algo así, o ustedes mismos fueron, ahí ya si quieren hablar. Bueno, hay que hablar de temas así. Bueno, ya saben, you know that this is for next Wednesday. Video, biography. If you, I want to talk about Juan Roman. All right. If you want to talk about a Panamanian that has done something historic, but it's Panamanian. I prefer Panamanian. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Panamanian, but if it's going to be like an athlete, and a sportsman, uh, yes. Okay. Questions about this assignment? 3 minutes. You respond to these questions. What is this person famous for? Blah, blah, blah. How became famous? And remember, somebody important with with something important as an achievement. No es que, este ganó un Grammy. Si es panameño, puede ser. Ok, perspectives. Bueno, aquí hay estudiantes también de otros países, ¿no? Pueden ser alguien de su país, no vamos a decir que alguien. Tiene que ser panameño. Perspectives. Listening. This is a listening exercise. You have to pay attention. Here it says, listen to a survey. What is a survey? It's like a poll, una encuesta about the future. Checkmark the predictions you think will happen. Okay, what do you think will happen? Computers will recognize any voice command. Okay, that is happening. Alexa exists. This book is like probably more than 10 years ago. So it's outdated. Within 20 years, scientists will discover a cure for baldness. There is a cure for baldness. How you say that? It's like hair transplants. Yeah, it's called hair trasplante de cabello, hair transplants. It's super expensive. It's not actually a cure. But it's something you can do. Okay, let's listen.
Oh, let me give it a try. I'm good at history.
All right. First, Beatles together. Correct answers.
So, what are the correct answers then?
1970.
Wait, 1 second.
And practice. Notice which syllable has the main
Okay,
stress
let's
in
practice
these
this.
4 and 5 syllable words. Notice the secondary stress.
Identify. Disadvantage. Communication.
That's this part. Identify.
65, Exercise 4, Part B. Listen to the words in the box. Which syllable has the main stress? Write the words in the correct column in Part A.
Okay, let's try
Appreciate.
to read
Assassination. Catastrophe. Consideration. Conversation. Revolution.
Okay, this exercise is a little
67,
complicated.
Exercise 9, Perspectives. Part A.
1 minute.
Listen to a survey about the future. Check the...
But this exercise is essentially trying to identify the stress pattern. So you see here is a pattern. Identify. If you divide this in syllables, you have I, then, T, Fi. So in English, we don't have accent marks. No hay tilde en inglés, ¿verdad? So to correctly pronounce words, you have to identify the stress syllable. So in this exercise, we have 3 different stress patterns. We have pattern stress syllable in the next one. We have stress syllable in the first one. And we have stress syllable in the third one and fourth one. So it's a little complicated. I wouldn't say complicated, I would say complex. If you are not familiar with these stress syllable intonation patterns. If you are familiar with this and you have worked with previous units with this, probably it's easier. So, appreciate. I'm going to put the recording again. And you will try to identify each pattern. Let's see.
Catastrophe.
Exercise 4, Part B. Listen to the words in the box. Which syllable has the main stress? Write the words in the correct column in Part A.
Appreciate. assassination, catastrophe, consideration, conversation, revolution,
All right.
67, exercise 9, perspectives.
So check out the first pattern. Identify. Identify. Appreciate. Appreciate. So you see, appreciate. We don't say appreciate. We say appreciate. So you see how the second syllable is the stress one? So appreciate goes here. Assassination. 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 Which one you think is going to be? Assassination. Here. Communication. Assassination. You see? Has the same stress pattern. A disadvantage. A catastrophe. Catastrophe. Catastrophe is the same as disadvantage. The first syllable has more intonation than the second one. So there is a pattern. It's the only one with hard intonation in the first syllable. So it goes here. Now, what about consideration, conversation, and revolution? ¿A dónde van? Consideration. Consideration. ¿En qué columna va? ¿La 1, la 2 o la 3? 1, 2 or 3?
1. I think 1.
Not precisely.
And number 3.
3.
In the 3, like communication. 2. Consideration. It sounds the same as communication. Consideration. Communication. Conversation. Let's say conversation. 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 Look, it doesn't have the same amount of syllables. So conversation, I think it goes in the second one. Conversation. Sation is the tonic syllable. So conversation. It doesn't have the same amount of syllables than the other one. So this is why it's the 2. And revolution. 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 This one goes in the third one. You see, this is a little complex. Esto es un poquito complicado. Y a veces yo no me quiero enfocar tanto en esto, porque los estudiantes no pronuncian bien las palabras. Entonces, ¿cómo yo voy a enfatizar el estrés de las sílabas si no pronuncian bien? Yo prefiero que pronuncien bien la palabra, a que no se enreden tanto con el estrés en la sílaba. Porque esto, yo ya por experiencia les digo que puede ser un poquito complejo. Entonces, enfoquémonos en pronunciar bien la palabra. Identify. Pero ya usted tiene una idea, ¿no? Más o menos de cómo funcionan las acentuaciones y las entonaciones en inglés, porque no hay tilde. Y porque también a veces una vocal suena de una forma y a veces suena de otra. Y eso ya es inglés básico, que usted ya pues, ha visto. Ya sabemos, appreciate, appreciate, no appreciate, appreciate, assassination, catastrophe, consideration, conversation, revolution, ¿no? Y así algunas terminan, empiezan con C y terminan con Asian, no tienen la misma entonación porque no tienen la misma patrón ni tienen la misma cantidad de sílabas. ¿Estamos más o menos claros en eso? Ok. Estamos claros acá. Estamos claros con la tarea al otro miércoles. Vamos entonces con the future. Ustedes ya conocen cómo funciona el will, porque eso es inglés intermedio, que son avanzado. Entonces sabemos que para predecir el futuro, to predict, we use will, depending on what grammar tense. Computers will recognize any voice command. You won't need a keyboard. What is won't? Won't is the negative contraction of will not. Okay, so let's listen to this exercise.
Part A. Listen to a survey about the future. Check the predictions you think will happen. What will the future hold? Computers will recognize any voice command. You won't need a keyboard.
Within 20 years, scientists will have discovered a cure for baldness.
People will be living in cities under the ocean.
By 2025, world leaders will have eliminated terrorism.
Robots will be performing most factory jobs.
By 2050, we will have set up human communities on Mars.
Medical scientists will find a cure for Alzheimer's disease.
Okay. Read me this, please. I want somebody to read this again. Kelly. Please, Kelly, read me the predictions.
Okay, teacher. Read. Okay, what will the future hold? Computer will recognize any voice command. You won't need a keyboard.
Keyword.
Keyword. Waiting.
Keyboard. Keyboard.
Keyboard. Waiting 20 years.
Within.
Within 20 years. Scientists. Scientists will have discovered a cure for baldness.
Cure for baldness.
Cure for baldness. People will live in cities under the ocean.
Living
In cities under the ocean.
people, no. By 225 world
No. 2025.
2025. World leader will have eliminated terrorism. Robot will be performing multi-factory job.
Robot.
Okay, by 250.
Los números.
2015. We will have set up human communicated on Mars.
I know it's communicated.
Communities on Mars. Medical
scientists
will find a cure for the Alzheimer
disease. Estamos mal con la pronunciación, Kelly. Ojo, hay que leer un poco más, practicar, escuchar más. En tiempo libre. Okay. All right. So, what will the future hold? Which ones are already a reality? Some of these are already a reality. Are people living under the ocean? Are people living under the ocean?
No, teacher.
No, are you sure? Are you sure? I think there are scientists living in underwater stations, conducting experiments and research, yeah. And there are people living in submarines. So I think that will count as living under the ocean. But cities, no. Okay, here it says cities. No cities. What are you saying? Yeah, what others? But this one is a reality. Computers can recognize voice. And a cure for baldness, probably. Which ones will affect us? Robots will be performing most factory jobs. Yes, this is happening. It's affecting already. Okay, predicting the future with will. Here we have 3 modes. It says, use will to predict future events or situations. Let's listen to the recording. And after the recording, you are going to do this exercise. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes here. You do it, and then we share the answers. But first, let's listen.
67, Exercise 10, Grammar Focus. Predicting the future with will. Use will to predict future events or situations.
Computers will recognize any voice command. You won't need a keyboard.
Use future continuous to predict ongoing actions.
People will be living in cities under the ocean.
Use future perfect to predict actions that will be completed by a certain time.
Within 20 years, scientists will have discovered a cure for baldness. By 2050, we will have set up human communities on Mars.
Exercise 11, Listening. A perfect future? Part A. Listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics of interest in the...
All Okay. We have, as you probably know, to speak about the future, we have three different, well, actually, we have four different tenses. One is the simple future. The simple future, as the name suggests, is easy because you only add the will. I can say, if I say I eat today, I'm saying like it's a routine. Yo como hoy. But if I say I will eat today, yo voy a comer hoy. So if you only add will before the verb, it's simple future. I will drink a cup of coffee. I will visit my grandmother. See, it's easy. That is a simple future. As we see here, computers will recognize any voice command. Ya no le puedo dar zoom. And we also have the future continuous or future progressive. It works the same way as the present continuous or the past continuous. Future continuous is the same thing. And it has a formula. The formula is always the verb to be plus the ing verb. Well, in this case, you have to add the will before the verb to be. I will be drinking a cup of coffee. People will be living in cities under the ocean. So you see the formula? Remember, grammar is about formulas. You see, people will be living. So what is the difference? For what? How do we know how to use them? Well, the simple future, we use it to prevent future events or situations. Future. The future continues to predict ongoing actions. Ongoing actions. And we also have the future perfect to predict actions. Okay, future perfect, how does that work? Well, similar to the present perfect and the past perfect. That's why you have to know present perfect. If you don't know the present perfect, you are not going to understand this. And the future perfect is to predict actions that will be completed by a certain time. So, well, this is kind of confusing, right? Let's see examples to clarify it, and then exercises to understand it. So, within 20 years, scientists will have discovered a cure for baldness. Científicos habrán descubierto. It's like to say habrán descubierto. De aquí en 20 años, de aquí en 50 años, los humanos habrán llegado a Marte. So it's for something that will be completed in certain time. You're saying the time. When it's continuous, it's for things that are happening already in the future. In 1 minute, I will be drinking a cup of coffee. You see, you were hearing the. I don't have a coffee maker right now, so I have to make instant coffee with hot water from the microwave. So in 1 minute, I'm gonna go and I'll be drinking I will be drinking my cup of coffee in 1 minute. So I'm talking about something that is going to happen, to progress in the future. The future perfect is something that will happen, but by certain time. By certain time, you say the time. And the simple future is more to predict when you are certain. You see, I will drink my coffee in 1 minute. You see? Restaurants will open. Restaurants will open in 2 weeks, right? I don't know. There are so many examples. Try to picture examples in your head. We are going to work this exercise and also the workbook exercises to reinforce. Look, we're also gonna do this reading. We're gonna do everything. Mire esto. This is the page, and this one. Okay, so do this right now. Take notes in a notepad, and I'm gonna ask you in 1 or 2 minutes.
The number 1, teacher.
Okay, ready? Number 1.
Me, teacher.
All right.
In 10 years, flights from New York to Tokyo will be taking less than 2 hours.
In 10 years, flights from New York to Tokyo will be taking less than 2 hours. Yes, you could say. For ongoing. Here in this exercise, some answers might vary. You can say that way. In 10 years, flight from New York to Tokyo will be taking less than 2 hours. Yes, it's accepted. Number 2, Samuel. Soon.
They will be sell computers that can translate perfectly from one language to another.
Soon they will be selling computers that can translate perfectly from one language to another. Yeah, applies to. Soon they will be selling. Soon they will sell. Soon they will have sold. Doesn't sound right. But the other two, yes. Good. Number 3, Arturo.
Yes, teacher.
Number 3. With that one, it's only one tense. Arturo.
By the middle of the 21st century, scientists will have discovery
no. Will have discovered.
Discover a way to prevent aging.
All right. By the middle of the 21st century, scientists will have discovered a way to prevent aging. So this is something that is not completed. Something that is not completed yet. So it has to be in future perfect. Very good. The 4, Jose.
Sometime in the future, scientists
Todos han luchado con esa palabra. Scientist.
will have invented a machine that transmit or talk.
Okay, this one, sometime in the future, scientists, future perfect like doesn't go there. In the future, scientists will invent a machine that transmits our thoughts. But yes, so I don't think future perfect works in that one. Sometime in the future, scientists will be inventing, no. Because an invention is something that you invent. Okay, I invented this today. So it's not something ongoing. So the only way here is with the simple future. Yeah, sometime in the future, scientists will invent. Yeah, number 5. This one is ongoing. Natalia. Oh, ¿quién está ahí?
Okay, teacher. Number 5. In the future, people will be living on the moon.
Yes, that was easy, right? And the 6. A veces con estos tiempos perfectos ayuda a traducirlo en cierta forma al español. No me gusta mandar a traducir, pero casualmente yo les subí un video de 3 horas. Teacher, qué pereza. Sí, es un video de 3 horas, pero es una página de YouTube que es muy buena, que da en inglés 24 horas seguidas, todos los días del año. Es 24 horas. Y en vivo. Entonces, bueno, ella en el video, casualmente, la chica hablaba que a veces te venden la idea que no es bueno en los cursos de inglés, cuando estás aprendiendo inglés, que no es bueno traducir las cosas a tu idioma natal. Pero yo considero que sí, hay palabras o vocabularios que hay bueno traducirlas. Y hay tiempos gramaticales que son complejos y a veces es mejor traducirlos, traduciéndolos al idioma de uno los comprende mejor. Y ese es el caso específicamente del presente perfecto, el pasado perfecto y el futuro perfecto en este caso. Porque suenan similares como decir yo he, yo habré, ella ha, tú has. Entonces ya viendo esa diferencia así ya es cuando uno lo empieza a entender. Y se lo digo yo por experiencia propia cuando yo los aprendí. Así fue que yo pude aprenderme bien esto. So, bueno, ya les dije prácticamente les dije la respuesta de las 6 con lo que les acabo de decir. ¿Quién me dice las 6?
Number 6. In the less than a decade, the polar ice caps will melt, and the many islands will be disappearing.
Ok, ojo que esta S aquí es muda. Si no estás diciendo Islandia en inglés, y ustedes como marineros tienen que saber esa diferencia, porque island es isla, island, esta S es muda, island, y Iceland es Islandia, el país ese que se llama Islandia, que de hecho es bien verde, pero se llama Islandia. Esa oración que dijo él está bien. Esto es para algo que va a ser completado en cierto tiempo. No es precisamente ongoing y no es precisamente una fecha o algo dado por hecho. Esto es algo perfecto. In less than a decade, the polar ice caps will have melted and many islands, ya ven que al final sí hay una S porque es plural. No es Iceland, sino island. Islands will have disappeared. Melted. Disappeared. Ya va en la terminación pasado y presente. ¿Quién está claro con eso? Vamos acá. Le doy 2 minutos. ¿Qué dice aquí? Complete these predictions about life in 2050. Use the future continuous of the verb given. Then add 2 more predictions of your own. Todas las oraciones, all these sentences are going to be in future continuous form. Following this formula will be whatever the verb is. So by 2050, puede decir 2050 or 2050, 2020, 2021 or whatever year. Some people will be living in cities on the moon. So here the verb given is live. Living. You see how easy. Now, what is number 2?
Me, teacher.
Uh-huh.
Many people will be wearing temp, temp, temp. Teacher, how do you say
Temperature.
temperature controlled body suits?
Suite es una suite de hotel. Esto es suit.
Suit.
Yes, suite es una suite. Esto es suit. Traje. Okay, many people will...
Me,
Okay,
teacher,
go ahead.
number 3.
All right, all yours.
Most people will be driving cars that run on fuel from garbage.
By 2050, most people will be driving cars that run on fuel from garbage. Very good. Vayan pensando dos.
Me, teacher.
Okay, number 4.
People will be competing in the new Olympic event, my reading.
Aha, very good. Mind reading, imagine that. Okay, and use your imagination. Predict the future using future continuous. By 2050, people will be flying in cars that look like drones. By 20,
Teacher,
yeah.
Teacher, my friend will be traveling this weekend to Brazil.
Okay, that works. But the idea is to say by 2050. Well, yeah, but this weekend my friend will be traveling to Brazil. It's ongoing. This weekend I will be visiting my grandmother. This weekend I will be watching the Super Bowl. 2 more, a ver. ¿Quién más? ¿Quién no ha participado? Adrián.
Teacher.
Give me one sentence, one prediction.
Me, teacher. The poverty will increase for corrupt governments.
Okay, corruption will increase because of bad governments or corrupt governments. Okay, it's not precisely with continuous. In the future, people will continue voting. People will be voting for the same corrupted candidates. Okay, this exercise, complete these predictions about what will have happened. These exercises are designed for you to tell the difference between the two tenses and for what are they utilized. So here is only future perfect. What are the predictions? Somebody to read number 1 and number 2. Adrian, where are you? Somebody else. ¿Quién no ha participado? Jamal. One and 2.
Computers will replace people as translators. Translators. Ties for men. We will have.
We'll have what?
We'll have.
Ya ves por qué hay que saberse los pasados participios de los verbos.
Gone.
Muy bien.
Gone out of fashion.
¿Y qué significa ties? ¿Qué es ties?
Zapato.
Ok, muy bien. Ties for men will have gone out of fashion. La corbata habrán pasado de moda. ¿Verdad? Ya están pasando de moda. Number 3. Vamos terminando, vamos.
Me teacher.
Eso, pelense.
Carla.
Okay.
Ya cuando digo que estamos terminando, ahí se ponen las pilas.
Bueno. Number 3. Scientists will have discovered a cheap way of getting drinking water from seawater.
I think this is a reality right now, right? This is real. There is this device, it's like a straw. Do you know what is a straw? ¿Saben lo que es un straw? ¿Qué es un straw? ¿Qué es un straw? No, stroke, no. Straw. S-T-R-A-W. Straw. Un carrizo. Hay una que es como un carrizo, grande. Right? That,
yo pensé que era como estivar, stroke.
También hay stroke, pero esto acá es stove, sí, estibador también, estibador, pero de acá es straw. También stroke, es como un ataque. Sí, esto ya existe. Ya hay como un carrizo que te filtra el agua. De hecho, hay una tecnología israelita que quieren meter aquí en las áreas que no hay agua potable. Yeah. So yeah, this is a reality. Number 4.
Me teacher. Medical researcher will have found a cure for the cancer. Okay.
We have found a cure for cancer. Very good. 5 and 6, 2 more. ¿Quién no ha participado? Me tomé un café y me dio más sueño. A ver.
By the end of this year, all people in Panama will have vaccinated.
Will have been vaccinated. Yes, habrán sido vacunados. Will have been vaccinated.
Okay, teacher.
Very good. Any other prediction? By the end of this year, half of the population will have contracted the coronavirus. Probably, yeah, half of the population. Probably by the year 2030, all major car companies will have switched to eco-friendly cars, right? Actually, I was reading that Ford Motors Company, imagine Ford Motors Company, was saying that by the year 2035, they will have changed all their cars, all their car models to eco fuels. That's what they say. I don't know. You know that Biden is implementing a lot of these regulations for the environment of their country and the world, because the United States is the country that pollutes the most the world. Okay, anyways, we're not gonna finish this unit today. It's impossible. Well, actually, it's not impossible. We can continue, but it gets hideous. You have to take a break, and you have to use another techniques. This video and this activity, miren, aquí están los verbos. Muchos de ustedes tuvieron problemas ahorita en esta actividad, tuvieron problemas con verbos que estaban aquí. Oral test mañana. Teacher, ¿cómo es el oral test? Bueno, nos conectamos normal. Mañana vamos a revisar las respuestas de esta actividad. ¿Cómo está? Aquí. Aquí usted le daba clic, lo mandaba al ejercicio. En este ejercicio, usted tiene que poner su correo. Sí. Recuerden que es su correo de la universidad. Yo no voy a estar adivinando de quién es un correo de Gmail o de cualquiera. Nadie que teacher, no, que ese es mi correo. No. Usted tiene correo de la universidad. Si no, no puede estar aquí. Entonces, esta actividad es muy buena para reforzar su inglés, vocabulario y, más que nada, listening. Dígame.
Teacher, in this activity, I put my email, but I was not sent to me.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to receive any email. I'm the one who checks. So you won't get a notification saying that you did this. It just get registered. Adrian,
Okay.
I was calling you 2 times. You were not present.
But I saw that it was PDF uploaded in this virtual.
That is weird because I called you 2 times. It's recorded. Okay, anyway, any questions? Remember, tomorrow we log normally, nos logueamos normal, revisamos esto y después vamos uno a uno procediendo con el parcial oral. Parcial, test, como lo quiera llamar, es una evaluación. Son 4 preguntas y yo creo que ya está claro. Uno se queda en el lobby, ¿no? Ahí vemos cómo hacemos eso mañana. Para que nada más esté online o en la sala a quien se le está tomando el test. ¿Alguna pregunta? No hay preguntas. Ah, el video. Me tomé la molestia de subir este video para que ustedes refuercen lo que es conversación más que nada. Para que ustedes puedan sonar más fluidos. Aquí da muchísimas técnicas que son muy efectivas. ¿Dónde está eso? Aquí está. Esta es una chica que ella sale en esta página, este canal más bien, English Class 101. Este es el mejor canal de enseñanza en inglés, yo creo, que hay en YouTube, porque inclusive te enseña en vivo. Sacan videos a cada rato, sigan este canal. Este video es de 3 horas y ella compacta aquí muchas técnicas de varios videos. Yo me he tomado la molestia de verlo y yo veo los videos de ella y sé cuáles son los que más les van a ayudar. Teacher, son 3 horas, sí, pero aquí también tenemos bastante horas de clase. Entonces, si yo me doy cuenta si ustedes ven estos videos, ¿no? Me doy cuenta de cuando hablan, me escriben. Y yo no puedo ver, no puedo poner una pistola en la cabeza ahí al lado suyo y decir, míralo. Y abrir los ojos, míralo. No. Pero ya queda en usted. El día de mañana, cuando yo le haga esas 4 preguntas, yo me voy a dar cuenta si se está aprendiendo, si se está prestando atención, si se está participando, si se está asistiendo. Porque esta técnica, estas clases, ya sé, no, que es virtual, uno no aprende igual. Uno sí aprende, ya depende de usted. Uno sí aprende, porque mis alumnos han aprendido así virtualmente también. Así que no creo que se excuse. Inclusive virtualmente yo creo que puede llegar hasta ser más rica la clase, ¿no? Más rica literalmente, ¿no? Más elementos diferentes. Puede haber más sinergia. Podemos estar más conectados, puede haber mejor comunicación, en fin. Yo creo que todo tiene un lado negativo y un lado positivo. Estoy hablando mucho ya, ¿verdad? Si no hay preguntas, por favor, miren que estoy llamando a estudiantes y no están presentes. Otro estudiante le pregunto algo, me responden una oración y se les cortó y ya no supe más. Yo entiendo que hay problemas de conexión, pero no entiendo es que 3 alumnos seguidos les pase eso. Pero bueno, en general estamos bien. Yo lo que sí me olvidé, sinceramente, fue subirle sus notas, pero ya las tengo aquí anotadas. Lo voy a hacer ahorita mismo en este momento. Sus notas de lo que fue la presentación oral. Algunos estudiantes están en 70 y pico. Cometieron muchísimos errores de pronunciación, algunos. Otros hicieron los videos muy cortos, otros hicieron... no sonar, me hablaron muy poquito. Pero bueno, yo he sido condescendiente con las notas, nadie ha sacado mala nota, pero sí hay algunos 70 y algo. Hubieron algunos 90 y pico, estudiantes que lo hicieron muy, muy bien. Y sí, así que ya te estoy viendo eso. Pues, thank you very much. No hay más nada que decir. Estudien, repasen para mañana los verbos, todo. Ojo que esa ya, bueno, la primera nota es esta. Y la de mañana es la segunda nota que capto y la primera nota de evaluación. Son pocas notas, son pocas semanas. Y no quiero decir que es poco contenido porque no lo es. Así que bueno, pues, thank you guys. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Take care.
See you, teacher.
See you tomorrow, teacher.
Study.
See you tomorrow.
Study.
Have a good day. Bye.